Sorry about that. So thinking about breathing in through the nose and out through the nose, taking that tour of the inner landscape of the body and just noticing in your heart space and your mind space, things that you hold on tightly to and things that you feel like might be able to shed, like the leaves in the fall. And it's just an inquiry, a curiosity. Again, there are no have-tos, just exploring with curiosity. Donna Feld says, let it go. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold, the holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with the grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanations that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. The choice to fight what is here and now before you will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Where are you spending your energy? What are you putting your energy toward? And bring your hands to your heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. And let's send our inquiries, our curiosities, our intentions out to the universe together, just to mix together and support each other. We're stronger in numbers. So join me in the chant of 3 ohms, exhaling fully, and inhale. Bow your head to the heart of your intention and lower your hands down and blink your eyes open. And we are actually going to start our practice today standing up. All right, and we're going to start with an energy medicine yoga wake up routine just to kind of gather our energy together for this practice. All right, so go ahead and stand up and place your chair on your mat to your right side if you could, with the back of the chair next to you, or side, yeah, the back of the chair right next to you. All right, the energy medicine breathing is breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth. All right, just breathe in, and we try to do 3 energy medicine yoga breaths with each move that we're going to do. All right, each meridian or energy channel that we're going to tap into. And each energy channel is based on Chinese acupuncture, acupressure, and then we do something called the Celtic weave that is from the Irish tradition. All right. So what this does is a really good little morning routine to get your energy flowing in the right direction. So while I'm talking, you just keep doing the breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth. The movement that you do with your hands, you can either make a beak with your fingers and tap that way, or you can massage if your skin's feeling a little sensitive today. But we're going to first find that place under the collarbones on either side of the breastbone, right under the collarbones on either side of the breastbone. And this is your kidney meridian. And we're just going to start tapping here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And this is to help move your energy forward in the right direction. Last one, breathe in. Next thing, we're going to tap on the breastbone. And this is considered your thymus meridian, your thymus gland, which helps to control your immune system, to help build T cells, build killer cells, and to fight off infections. So keep breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Continue with that yoga breath as you tap the sides of your ribs. And this is the spleen meridian that helps to digest all the stuff you have to see and hear, as well as the foods that you eat. This is a good one. All right, coming now to the stomach meridian under the eyes. We're going to tap on the orbit of the eye. And this helps to ground your energy. Keep breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth. All right, shake all that off. And lift up your left foot and tap it with the same hand, and then lift the right and tap it with the same hand. We just do a few of these. And then we stop that and brush that off. When your energy is in a good place, and they've actually can sense energy fields, energy, when it's needing to conserve itself, it moves more in an up and down fashion, which we don't want. We want the energy, a healthy energy moves in an infinity or a figure 8 sound. So you can just tap your feet, march your feet, and move your arms in this big figure 8 Celtic weave. Breathing in through the nose and out through an open mouth. You can do this with other people too. If somebody's feeling a little low in energy, and just go up to them and do these Celtic weaves around them. Kind of realign the energy, right? Realign the energy field, remind it the way it feels best. All right, now we're gonna bring our hands down low in our belly and take a breath in as we sweep the hands up toward our chin. Take a breath in and then so this is creating a almost a shield of positive energy to keep away other people's negative energy, which you certainly don't need. And then zip all that up, the lock up. So 2 fingers on the third eye and the mind's eye in the middle of the forehead, 2 fingers in the navel, press in and up, breathe in 3 times, in through the nose, out through an open mouth. And that simply just locks in that good work that you've done. And then bring the hands over the heart. And my thought with this energy medicine, you can believe it or not, but the body knows. And if nothing else, it makes you feel like you've done something for yourself just to bring some positive momentum towards your day. All right. All right, let's come to mountain pose now. Seated or standing, feet are connected to the earth, and find that place of balance with the feet, maybe the mound of the big toe and the outer edge of the little toe to kind of fire up the legs, find that strength. And then lift up from the pelvis, lift up the heart space, turn the palms forward, slide the sides of the throat back just a bit. So you're really in this beautiful, strong pose here. Breathe in and breathe out, soften the toes a little bit. And just pause here for a moment. This is a posture, Tadasana. Mountain pose, strong and stable here. Let's get connected. We have to be strong to be able to let go, right? So starting with a place of strength. Then just begin to swing the arms forward and back. Imagine you're the quaking aspen tree. Have you ever seen an aspen tree? And out west, I like to call them quivering. I think it looks more like quivering leaves, but they're called quaking, and they just shimmer in the light. They grow in pods, so they grow together. They're all together, and their leaves just quiver and quake. They're holding on. So then in the fall, of course, they're the first to go. All right, swing the arms forward and back as we start to loosen up at that place of letting go these tight leaves on the trees. Wiggle them around a little bit. Take your feet a little bit wider and swing your arms side to side. Be careful of your chair. Let the arms swing side to side. That's it, Louise, just turn side to side. The arms swing side to side. Notice what you notice about the shoulders. Any stickiness, a little holding on in those joints. Slow those arms down and then wrap yourself in a nice hug, taking one arm over forward and then the other arm on top in your Michael Phelps wrap. Good. And then next time your right arm is over top, just pause there, hold it, soften the shoulders down and gently twist towards the left as you look over the right shoulder. Keep the knees soft. And come back to center. Take your arms out to the side and wrap the other way. Twist to the right and look over your left shoulder. Just a gentle twist. Come back to center again and bring your fingertips onto your shoulders and start to lift those elbows up. Connect this movement with the breath as you breathe in, lift the elbows up. Exhale, elbows back down and around. Really notice what's going on with the shoulder blades, with the shoulder joints. Breathing in and out. Lift up. One more full breath in, elbows lift up. And then take your arms out to the side and curl your fingertips in. Take your right hand and open and close your fist really slowly. Really quickly. Open and close. And with the left hand, slowly. So quickly with the right, slowly with the left. Focus. In this very moment, nothing is more important than this. And now switch it. Fast on the right, slow on the left. And notice if this is a little bit easier or more challenging. That right hand sometimes takes dominance, right? All right, roll the shoulders, stop the hands, roll the shoulders forward and back from the top of the arm bone. A full breath in and out. Then bring your hands onto the hips, separate your feet again and soften your knees. And make some big circles with your torso. Notice what's going on with the back body, with the sides of the hips, knees, ankles, feet, or the other direction. It's like when the little maple leaf fall and they make that little helicopter, the maple seedlings, and they make those little helicopter swirls. We're like that right now. Oh, all righty. And then come to some nice stillness. Get the feet reconnected to the earth. Lift and spread the toes. Come back to your mountain pose and draw the fingertips down toward the earth. Sitting nice, standing nice and tall. Lower the chin in the direction of your chest. Get a nice stretch across the back of the neck, reaching long with the crown of the head. And then tip your chin over towards your right shoulder and reach your left fingertips down even more. Invite a stretch from fingertip to shoulder, shoulder all the way down to the fingertips. Breathe in and out. And think about what the barriers are to being able to let go of something you've been trying to release. And then sweep your chin back towards your chest, go the other direction. Left ear over left shoulder, shoulders are soft and down. Reach the right fingertips down toward the earth. Keep reaching, reaching. Feel that stretch from earlobe to shoulder, shoulder all the way down the arm to the fingertips. And then release that reaching of the fingers, bring the head back to center, lift your head up and just kind of take the head side to side. Back to your mountain pose, take the arms out to the side, reach your arms up to your level of comfort. We're always finding that sweet spot, so find the spot that works for you. And with the arms in their position overhead or out to the side, draw the belly in, really re-engage the core, lift and lengthen up through the spine a little bit longer. So we root the feet down, ground, and then rise, lift the spine out of the pelvis. Full breath in here, then turn the palms away, reach the fingertips out as far as you can away from you. Lower the arms back down to the side. Let's do 2 more nice some breaths. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, lower the arms back down to the side. And with that breath, inhale, lift up. Keep the arms up this time. Lower that left hand down, and like a waterfall, we're going to trickle those left fingers down toward the heel. So spider finger walk your hands down your thigh. And keep rooting down through the right side. So lift up from the pelvis to the ribs, whether you're at goal post, fingertips on the shoulder, arm out to the side. Find that place that feels good for you. We're trying not to turn the heart toward the floor. We're trying to keep the heart lifted. All right. Like a willow tree now, lift up and down. So lift up, exhale, lower back down, just blowing in the wind. I think willows are my absolute favorite. They're just so flowy. A couple more. Up. Last one. And then both arms reach up overhead again. Find that length and lower the other side down. First, we'll trickle like a waterfall. The fingers trickle down toward the feet. Open up through the hips and ribs. Nice stretch in the waistline. Keep rooting down through that left side. And when you feel ready, just imagine that fall wind blowing, lift up and lower. Whatever your favorite tree is, just be the branch, be the leaves. Shaking the leaves off, shedding, letting go, making space for fall, for winter, for warm soups, for resting, reading on the couch, finding your favorite spot in the window with the sun shining in on you. Oh, that's the best. When the house is cold, but the sun's warm and you're in the chair. Your best book, good cup of coffee or tea. One more. A lot to look forward to as the weather changes and shifts. Reach the arms up overhead again, palms together, and lower the hands down to the heart. All right, reaching over to the right side, holding on to the right side. And then take that left leg and cross it behind you. So you're on your tiptoes, cross behind you. So the thighs are crisscrossed, the leg is behind you. And to get a more intensive stretch on this left side of the body. So bring your fingertip onto your shoulder, lift the elbow up, lengthen the spine, and then cross over, tip over towards that right side. And should you want to, reaching the arm up overhead or over upper arm in line with the ear, you're going to feel a big stretch, maybe even going all the way down the outer edge of the thigh as well. Try not to rotate forward down to the floor, but keep the heart lifted. And then soften that left shoulder, that right shoulder as well. One more breath here. Good. And then lift back up, uncross the legs, and just turn around in your chair if you could. So now the left side is holding on to the chair. And take that right leg and cross it behind. On the tiptoes, bring right fingertips onto the shoulder and tip over toward that left side. And then staying here or reaching the arm up overhead, maybe upper arm in line with the ear. Take that stretch all the way from fingertip down that right side of the body to the right side of the leg. Nice. And then release that, uncross the feet and turn back to front. Shake the legs out. A big stretch in the QL, that side body. Okay, from here, let's take the arms out to the side and bend the elbows. Soften the shoulders back, and then bring fingertips together, heel of the hand and the elbows moving in the direction of each other. Soften your shoulders down. Bring the thumbs onto the forehead and tilt your chin down just a bit. And then from here, walk your hands away from you. Big stretch across the back of the shoulders, back of the neck. Take a breath here. Lift the head back up, open the elbows, open the arms, take the arms out to the side. Rotate the shoulders and turn the thumbs down, so palms are facing away from you. Bend at the elbows and either place your hands on your hips if that's where they reach, or maybe you can make fists and place them right above your pelvis line, trying to ignite and tap into the erector spinae muscle. So we want to press in and up, and that's going to stimulate those muscles to support you as you come into your standing camel. So soften the knees, press in and up if that works for you. Otherwise, hands on the hips and just really engage the core. And then press in and up as you lift the heart space, not arching the lower back, but lifting up from the chest, opening up from the shoulder and the arm. Draw the shoulder blades toward each other. Squeeze the body toward the midline. Good. And release that. Release the hands. So you notice how the fists in the back body, if you really press in and up, you have these muscles that run along the spine called the erector spinae muscles that help keep the spine supported. And when you tap into those, when you push in and up on them, they're like, oh, time to work. And they help support the core a little bit. So if you're ever needing a good stretch on your back, you're just like, oh, you get out of the car, you've been reading. That's a really good, open your shoulders up first. And then see if you can't lift in and up and just lean back into that. Really helps to open up the chest and with the support of the muscles in the back. Okay, now we're going to turn and face our chair. And my preference would be for this next posture is to use the seat of your chair. But if you know that that's not going to feel good on any part of your body, keep it up. What I want to do is called a rhomboid push-up. So I'm going to move the blanket off of my chair. Even if you put blocks on your chair to lift you up a little bit higher, you can do that. Hold on to the blocks here. Let me show you what it's going to look like, though. Typically, we'll do this at the wall or on hands and knees, and this is simulating hands and knees. The rhomboid muscle is the muscle between the shoulder blades, and we need to keep that strong so that we can keep the heart lifted. It's what helps draw the shoulder blades together. So what we're looking for is a movement that when you push your hands forward, you're spreading the shoulder blades on your back. And then when you squeeze the shoulder blades together, see how my arms stay straight? I'm drawing the shoulder blades together and I'm really working that rhomboid muscle. So what the action is all in the space between the shoulder blades. So if I come here forward on the chair or with my hands on the chair or the blocks, you want as much space as you can get for your shoulders. I'm just going to keep the arms straight, sink into those shoulder blades a little bit, and then push the chair away from me as I spread the shoulder blades on my back. So it's a real subtle movement. It's just kind of drawing the shoulder blades together and then pressing back and away. Can you feel that? Come online and let me know if that's not making sense for you. It's a super subtle move. And if you could do this maybe on your bed, on your hands and your knees, so it's really soft and cushy, it's going to help strengthen that space between your shoulder blades a little bit. Let me let everybody get situated. And you can't do a ton of these, all right, because it's challenging. You also want to keep your front body towards your back body so you're engaging the core as well. All right, so I see you, Susan. Just sink into a little bit, shoulder blades draw together. Good. And then push the chair away from you as you spread the shoulder blades on your back. Sink in, get some movement in those shoulder blades and push away. Who's got this? Whose is not making sense to? Anybody? No, okay. All right, last one. All right, and then slowly press back up. Did that make sense to you guys? Did you feel that movement between your shoulder blades? Okay, Susan Francis did. Okay, Jenna. Okay, okay, good. That is a good muscle to really try to work and strengthen to keep the core, the whole trunk of the core strong. And it's just super subtle, but it's good. You can do it at the wall too, but you got to try to keep the arms straight. Okay, so opening up the shoulders, which we've done with eagle and you know, the camel and then the rhomboid push-up. I want to see if we can't go from L pose to a chair downward dog. Okay, that's the intention of moving in this direction. So we can get a little bit deeper into downward dog. To do downward dog, you need to be able to open up the shoulders a little bit like you've been doing. All right, so let's start with L pose. So standing in front of the chair with the hands on the back of the chair. All right, you're going to bend the knees and hinge from the hip and start to walk the feet back, front body to the back body. Give yourself as much space on the side of the chair as you need to open up the shoulders. So I've slid my hands practically to the side of the back of the chair rather than the top of the chair, just a little more opening in the shoulders. Keep the knees soft because we're working on the shoulders and back right now rather than the hamstrings. We haven't even stretched our hamstrings yet. So just keep the knees soft and then really bring the head in the direction between the upper arms. Does that feel in your body? Good. It's nice straight backs. That's what I'm looking for. Good. Head and neck in alignment. Beautiful. All right, take one more breath here. Feel that stretch, feel that opening. And then slowly walk the feet back. And if that felt okay, or if that felt good, probably indication that doing downward dog with a chair will be okay. If that felt challenging or that you thought you had reached your limit, you can just do that again, okay, or soften it a little bit. But let's try, if you choose to, what we're going to do is bend the knees a lot, hinge from the hip, and bring the hands to the seat of the chair. I'm holding on to the outside edges of the seat of the chair, all right? And then we're going to make a V with the body instead of an L. So walk your feet back, keep the knees bent a lot, all right? And really blossom out through the butt as you send the sitting bones back. And then start to rest the belly on the thighs practically as you bring the head between the upper arms into a chair downward dog. Head and neck stay in alignment. Knees are soft. My belly's resting on my thighs. Breathe in, breathe out. This is a shoulder opener intention for this pose here. All right, not so worried about the hamstrings or the feet right now. See how that feels. This is also an inversion. So as you know, with all inversions, if you're having low blood pressure issues or glaucoma or anything with your eyes, you never want to do inversions. And now I tell you, right? All right, slowly walk the feet back. Take your time. Bring your hands onto your thighs and press on up to standing. And how did that feel? Was that okay? Okay, good. All right, good. Okay, so we're gonna, once is good, twice is better. So we're just gonna try that again, either L pose or downward dog. But we wanna stretch the hamstrings before we do it again. So we're gonna go into a forward fold. So we're gonna hinge forward, bring the hands on the back of the chair, the seat of the chair. This is not as deep. So the head, the shoulders are right above the wrists. And just start to bend one knee and press the other leg back. So press the thigh bone back. Now, if we're sitting in the chair, we can do a hamstring stretch. Okay, you got it, Louise. Good. So bend one knee, straighten the other. Get a little sensation in the hamstrings. Maybe we can work the legs a little bit with this too. A couple more. Take your time with this. Give it time to notice the stretch. So don't rush through this. Good. All right. And then keep both knees, both feet together. Legs are relatively straight. And then just start to hinge forward a little bit more as the hamstrings will allow.
and the spine stays straight. So we're now stretching both hamstrings together at the same time. Hands are on the back of the chair or the seat of the chair. Knees are soft, but not as bent. Spine is long. Front body is toward the back body to support the core. One more breath here. Now bend the knees a lot now. Bring the hands onto the thighs and press up slowly to standing. Reach the arms up overhead, get length in the spine. Palms together and hands down to the heart. Okay, now we'll go to our downward facing dog with maybe a little more length in the hamstrings, all right? So get long and tall. You're gonna hinge forward from the hip crease and bring the hands to the outer edge of the chair. Start to walk the feet back, but not as far as with the L pose. Feet are at least hip distance apart, if not a little wider. Bend the knees, keep walking the feet back as you need to, and then bring the head in the direction of the upper arms. All right, find those shoulders first, so allow the shoulders to open and be soft. Draw the front body to the back body to support the core as you get length in your spine, and then slowly start to press the tops of the thigh bones back as you get a little more length in your hamstrings. Downward facing dog, and basically, you're in downward dog. There's not much further to go from here. One more breath. Good. And then slowly walk the feet forward. Bend the knees a lot. Bring the hands onto the thighs and press up to standing. Shake it out. Nice. Okay, so how about if we do a lunge, and then we do a little sun salutation, add the downward dog with it, okay? And then we'll add some camel with it. So we'll just do a full body sun salutation using all these poses. All right, so lunge. You can do lunge holding on to the back of the chair. You can do lunge with your blocks on the chair, which actually feels pretty darn good. Or you can do lunge with your hands on the seat of the chair. Now there's all different progressions. The seat of the chair is your deepest lunge. Then you can get a little bit higher with the blocks. You can have the blocks at their high level, or you can be a little bit higher with the feet less distance apart and have the hands up. I feel it no matter where I am, I feel it in my glute, okay? So all of them are good. I want you to decide which one. So play around with it for a second, see which one position you want to be in. I'm going to give you a second. Try both legs, make sure they're both okay with it. Make sure the back's okay, and this SI joint. Okay, you happy? All right, so let's practice a lunge on each side, and then we'll do our sun salutation. So get long and tall. The knees are up against the back of the chair, the seat of the chair. You're going to start with keeping the right foot forward. Going to hinge forward, bring your hands onto the back of the chair, the blocks or the seat of the chair, and then step the left foot back behind you. If the toes are having a hard time, go ahead and lower the heel down if that's all right with your calf. If you need to put something under your foot to support your foot, you can do that. All right, press the hands into whatever you've chosen and lengthen your spine, and press the back of the thigh bone, the back thigh bone back, the left thigh bone, press it up toward the sky. The leg is nice and straight. One more breath here, and then bring that foot forward, and we'll send the other foot back. So the knee is pressing into the seat of the chair. That keeps my knee stacked over the ankle, and it fires up the hamstring by isometrically pressing that knee into the chair. The back thigh bone is lifted up. I'm on the toes or the heel, depending on what feels better in the foot. Good. And then as you're ready, bring that back foot forward in whatever way is possible. Hands on the thighs, press up to standing. Okay, so now we've got all the components for a sun salutation. So we're just going to move slowly with the breath.
You might need 2 or 3 breaths with each movement. That's okay. All right, move at your speed that feels good in your body. Start at this mountain pose, so feet are connected. As you inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bow forward. So hands on the thighs or the back of the chair, bow forward into your forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Keep the right knee pressed into the seat of the chair. Adjust your hands to where you want them to be for lunge, and step the left foot back into lunge. Press that back thigh bone up, press the hands into wherever you are and lift. Keep the front body toward the back body. Beautiful lunge here. Now step the back foot forward. Hands come on the thighs, press all the way up to standing. Inhale the arms overhead. Full breath in as you exhale, bow forward. Hands on the back seat or blocks. Inhale, come halfway up and place your hands wherever is good for you. The left foot's going to press into the back of the chair. The right foot's going to step back into lunge. Isometrically send that left shin forward. Send the right thigh bone up and back. Press the hands into wherever they are and use that to help lengthen your spine. Nice. Let's step the back foot forward. Stay here if you could. If you need to move the blocks or lower your hands down to the seat of the chair, we're going to come to downward facing dog. Take a nice breath in as you prepare. As you exhale, draw the belly in and up to support the core. Step the feet back, nice hip width distance apart. Hinging from your hips, start to shift those sitting bones back. Bring the head in the direction between the upper arms. Front body toward the back body, knees are soft. And then if it works for you, start to press the tops of the thigh bones back just a little bit. Get a nice stretch in the back of the hamstrings. Breathe in and out a couple of times. Nice and easy does it. Beautiful. As you're ready, start to hinge back forward. Walk the feet forward. Bend the knees. Hands come onto the thighs. Press up to standing. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms out to the side. Internally rotate, thumbs down, palms face away from you. Bend the elbows, bring the hands to the hips, or make a fist and press into the erector spinae muscles as you press in and up, right above the pelvic rim, in and up onto the muscle. Elbows point back, and then lift up through your heart space. Knees stay soft, knees are bent. Eye gaze lifts up no higher than the seam of the ceiling and the wall. Camel pose. This is like Bhujangasana, cobra. Release the pressure of the hands. Lower the arms down by your side. Take a breath in as you reach the arms up overhead, palms together, and hands come down to the heart. Nice. Okay. All right. Good. Sun salutation. Nice. Okay, what I'd like to do next is see if we can use all that stretching and opening to do our Dandasana pose on the floor. So that's sitting with the legs extended out, meaning you can do it in a chair, and I'll show you how to modify doing it with a chair, or sitting on like a nice cushion, a couple of blankets, grabbing a pillow, something so that you can lift your pelvis up out of your spine. All right, so I'm going to be bopping back and forth between the chair and the floor. Some people even like to sit on their blocks. It gets them up a little bit higher. And then the legs are straight ahead like that, if that's something you feel like you can do. So we're trying to get the legs straight. You can even lean into the back of a wall. What we're going to do is Baddha Konasana, just so you know, Janu Shirshasana, which is head to knee, and then Ardha Matsyendrasana, which is half Lord of the Fishes, and then a little twist. That's what we're going to be doing on the floor. Okay, so could be in the chair as well. Louise, are you on the floor or in the chair floor? Oh, okay. All right. So if you're sitting on the blocks or the blanket or whatever, bring the soles of the feet together. Turn sideways. Into Baddha Konasana. You can be in a nice angle. You can be on the bed. Okay. You can rest against the sofa. It looks like good. Let everybody get situated. Take your time. Hands are going to be resting on the knees. If you didn't use your blocks for, nice job, Susan. Good. All right. I like the way you got down. Good. Smart. Kind of slid down the wall. Okay, you can use blocks to support your thighs. You can use pillows to support your thighs, or you can just kind of hold on to your knees. All right, press the feet into the feet into each other. Use that to help lengthen your spine. So press, 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 press the feet. Really engage the inner and outer thighs. Press, press, press. Take a breath in. Then as you exhale, just soften the pressure on the feet. Allow the knees to release out to the side. So this is just a little trick your body learns by when you engage initially. When you actually decide to let go, it opens up a little bit more. It's got a name and I can never remember. It's called PPN or something like that. So press the feet in toward each other. Press, 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 press. As you exhale, release the pressure on the feet. Allow the knees to soften. Might only get like a 1/4 millimeter, but that's okay. And then one more time. Yep, I just saw Jenna take her hands back behind her for a support. That is a really nice support too. Bringing the hands behind you. So use that if that helps you lengthen the spine. One more time. Press, 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 press. Press, 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 and then breathe out. Exhale and release. All right, wiggle the toes. Baddha Konasana, cobbler's pose. All right, keep the right knee bent and extend the right leg forward. And press out through the heel of the right leg. Press the hands back behind you. Use that to lengthen your spine. And already you should feel some length in that hamstring. If it works for you, keep pressing the fingertips into the earth. Lengthen up through the spine and hinge forward just a little bit to accentuate that stretch in the back of that left hamstring. Don't need to go real far. If you feel instability or pain on one side of your back, could be that your SI joint, your sacroiliac joint's a little off. So I'd prefer that you not lean forward because this puts you in a vulnerable position to start. All right, lift back up, one more breath. If it's right for you, lengthen and hinge forward again. Try to lead with your heart, not your chin. Good. Head and neck stay in alignment. Good. Nice. And lift back up. Bend that right knee up and hold on now to the top of the leg. Hold on to the top of the leg. Use that to lengthen your spine. So now your belly is into your thigh. Press out through the heel of that extended leg. You can stay right here or cross the right leg over top of the left leg. It's not a have to. We're going to do an open twist. So find that left hand, reach the left arm up, gently twist towards the left, and then lower the left hand down to its left side. This is Ardha Mastrayandasana, half Lord of the Fishes pose. Really good for sciatica. It's also a twist, so it's good for the colon. The head stays in line with the breastbone. Good. Now reach that left arm up overhead again, twist back towards center, and lower the hand back down to the thigh and the shin, and uncross the legs, and we'll switch feet. So extend your left leg down, bring the right knee out to the right side. Janu Shirshasana, head to knee pose. Hands come back behind you. Press the fingertips into the floor, lift the heart. If you press out through the heel of the extended leg, that may be enough. And again, if you feel that discomfort in the lower back on the one side, don't hinge forward. If it's right for you to hinge forward, draw that front body to the back body as you hinge forward, belly button toward the thigh, not the nose to the knee, even though that's what it's called. I don't know if they have belly button to the thigh pose. That would be a weird Sanskrit. All right, lift back up, inhale, and hinge forward one more time. Lift back up. Bend that left knee up so the knee points toward the sky. Hold on to the shin. Use that little tug to help bring your belly towards the thigh as you lift. You can stay right here or cross the left leg over the right leg. Reach your right arm forward and up. Gently twist towards the right and then sweep that right arm back behind you. The nose stays in line with the breastbone. Gentle open twist here. Nice. And bring that arm back to up towards the sky, twist back towards center, lower the hand down. And now extend both legs out into Dandasana. This is the foundational sitting pose. You have Sukhasana and cross-legged, but this staff pose is another foundational pose. So put the fingertips back behind you. Use that to lift and lengthen. Press out through the heels of the feet and then draw the toes toward your nose. And that may be enough right there. You really feel that stretch in the backs of the legs. And then should you choose, you're going to lift up and over. So we're not going to round the back, bringing the nose to the knee. We want to keep the spine long, hinge from the hip, even if it's just a quarter of an inch. Feel that stretch accentuate in the backs of the legs. Dandasana. This is called Paschimottanasana. This is the back side. It's our back side is normally it would be toward the west, and they would be shining the back side of the heart towards the west. And lift back up and bend your knees, rock the knees a little bit side to side. And then we are going to come onto our backs. Okay. How'd you like that? Is that okay? A little challenge, but yeah, good, awesome. I like that using different props, using the wall as a prop is such a great thing to do. Okay, I want you to get onto your back. Notice where your body just kind of relaxes and come back into Baddha Konasana. So we'll all meet in Baddha Konasana with the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the side, cobbler's pose. You can place blocks under your thighs to support them if you need, and the hands are going to rest on the belly to just feel the breath. Just breathe into those hips, breathe into the space. All just about there. Take your time. There you go. Make sure that your head is not up on too many pillows as we go into bridge in a bit. So let me let anyone who hasn't had a chance to do Baddha Konasana settle into that for a moment. Soles of the feet together, knees out to the side, hands on the belly, find the breath. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in, breathing out. Blooming like a flower, soft as the dew, strong as a mountain, firm as the earth. Reflection like water, all that is good and true. Thich Nhat Hanh. All right, take your hands to the sides of your knees, lift your knees up. And we're going to do some bridge pose. So this again is an inversion, so mindful of the eyes and the blood pressure. All right, bring your arms down by your side and snuggle your shoulders under your back. Bend your elbows so that your palms are facing each other across your torso. We're going to do 5 bridges straight with our knees straight, and then 5 bridges with our knees out to the side to get the gluteus medius, okay? So first the knees are pointing toward the ceiling, fingertips are pointing towards the ceiling. Flatten out your lumbar spine, so flatten out 12 o'clock of that clock. Push the feet and the backs of the arms into the earth and lift the hips. Can you isometrically squeeze? Can you isometrically send your shins forward a little bit? And I know, Louise, that hurts, so don't do that. And squeeze the glutes a little bit. And then go ahead and lower back down. Flatten out your lumbar spine, press the heels of the feet and the backs of the arms into the earth, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. You're squeezing the sitting bones with your butt muscles. And then slowly lower back down. Flatten out the lumbar spine. That's a posterior pelvic tilt, right? Press the feet and the arms into the earth, lift the hips. And release. 2 more. Flatten the lumbar spine, press the feet and arms into the earth, lift the hips. Don't need to go real high. Give the sitting bones a little squeeze. And release. Last one. You know the routine. Flatten the lumbar spine, press the feet and arms, lift the hips, and give a little squeeze. And release. Now, take the knees out to the side just a little bit, not like Baddha Konasana, but just out to the side so they're pointing to the diagonal slightly. And we're going to do the same thing. So lift the hips, squeeze the glutes, and release. Flatten out the lumbar spine, lift the hips, squeeze the glutes. You may feel it in a different place. Good, and lower. Flatten, press, lift, squeeze. And release. 2 more. Flatten lumbar, press the arms and feet in, lift, squeeze the glutes. And release. Last one. Flatten, press, lift, and squeeze. I'm going to do a song about that. Flatten, press, lift, and squeeze. Good. And release. Whew. Bring the knees in toward the chest. Massage your lower back. Big posterior pelvic tilt here with the knees in toward the chest. Good. All right. Lower the feet down. I like to do reclining eagle pose. All right. So walk your left foot in toward the midline. So your heels in line with your belly button. And then cross your right thigh over your left thigh. And squeeze the legs toward the midline. Bring the arms out in front of you. Point them toward the ceiling. Then bend your elbows so they're 90 degrees. Thumbs are pointing towards your shoulders. And then bring fingertips, heel of the hand, and elbows together. Squeeze everything toward the midline. If you choose, not a have to, you want to lift your knees up toward your elbows. Give them a little tap. And then lower the feet back down. Lift the thumbs up overhead if that works. Tap your thumbs overhead. That might work, it might not. And then last time, lift the feet, bring the elbows and the knees together if you choose, not a have to. And then if you want to lower the feet, lower the feet back down, lower the thumbs overhead in that direction of. Good. And then lower your arms, open your elbows, heel of the hands, open the arms out to the side, a nice wide T. Now from here, lift your hips and bump them to the left just an inch. And then lower the knees in the direction of the left. You don't have to go all the way, but just until you feel a nice stretch in the outer thighs, a little twist of the spine, and look over your right fingertips. Careful of the spine. Good. And then head comes back to center. Use your hands to lift your legs back up. Uncross your legs. Bump your hips back to center and bring those knees into the chest to realign your spine. Rock back and forth. Nice. Lower the feet back down. Bring your right foot over toward the midline. Your knees are bent. The heel's in line with your belly button. We're going to cross the left leg over top of the right leg for eagle legs. Squeeze the legs toward the midline. Reach your arms up toward the ceiling. Bend your elbows at 90 degrees. Bring the fingertips together. The heel of the hand, maybe the elbows come toward each other. Squeeze everything now toward the midline for eagle pose. Even feel the core engage. Now you can stay right here. This is really challenging. Or if you want, lift the legs up, bring the elbows and the knees in the direction of each other. Squeeze the core, and then lower the feet down and lift the elbows up towards the ceiling. Thumbs come in the direction of the floor overhead. One more time, knees and elbows tap. Lower the feet down, thumbs reach overhead. Open the arms back up. I take them out to the side to a T. Lift your hips and shift your hips an inch over to the left, and then bring your knees in the direction of the right. If you know it would feel better to uncross your legs and give your legs more space before you do the twist, please do so. But if you want to keep the knees together, crossed, you can do it that way as well. They're two very different twists with two very different intentions. When you keep the legs squeezing together, it's a deeper twist in the spine, and there's a bigger stretch in the outer thigh. When the knees are together or open wider, it's a little less intense on the spine. Look over your left fingertips. And then uncross your legs. Use your hands to help lift the legs up. Realign your spine back to center and bring the knees in toward the chest. Rock back and forth. All right. Now bring your knees towards your shoulders and put your hands underneath your thighs. Keep your thigh bones right where they are. The knees are in the direction pointing toward the shoulders. The thigh bones are over the belly near the side body. Your knees are open a little wider than hip distance apart. And then keep the thigh bones where they are and just lift the feet up toward the sky into happy baby. You can keep your hands resting on your thighs, or you can bring them onto the inside edge of your legs and hold on to the shins, the ankles, or the pinky toe side of your feet. Good. You can rock side to side if that feels good. Nice. Perfect. And then once you've had enough of that, you can lower the feet back down and do whatever feels good in your body as you prepare for Shavasana. I'm going to read that wonderful poem from Donna Faulds to you again. And we'll take a meditative minute just to see if there's anything that's come to you that might be life affirming for you to release and let go of. And that could even be something like not spending enough time on yourself. I'll let go of that, and I'm going to start spending more time on me. How about that? All right. You can breath in through the nose and out through an open mouth. Let it go. Let go of the ways you thought life would unfold. The holding of plans or dreams or expectations. Let it all go. Save your strength to swim with the tide. The choice to fight what is here before you now will only result in struggle, fear, and desperate attempts to flee from the very energy you long for. Let go. Let it all go and flow with grace that washes through your days, whether you receive it gently or with all your quills raised to defend against invaders. Take this on faith. The mind may never find the explanation that it seeks, but you will move forward nonetheless. Let go, and the wave's crest will carry you to unknown shores, beyond your wildest dreams or destinations. Let it all go and find the place of rest and peace and certain transformation. We come back to this space. Enjoy a full, rich breath in and a long, leisurely breath out. And to awaken back into this physical body, wiggling fingers and toes. Gently turning your head side to side. Bend the knees in toward the chest, or just put the feet on the floor and rock the knees side to side. Finally rolling over and pausing on your favorite side. What will you shed? When you're ready, press the hands into the earth. Use that to come to a seat that's comfortable for yourself. Hands coming to the heart space, finger to finger, palm to palm. Send each other back out into this world with the beautiful sound of Om, knowing we have each other as support and love. Exhale fully and inhale. All the light and love in my heart honors that same light and love in all of yours. Bow your head to honor your practice. And blink your eyes open and greet your Sangha with Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste.